Act 5, Scene 1. So now we have got a license. I would see who dares marry your daughter besides myself. Is she come from the exchange yet? Worthy, not yet, sir. Enter a messenger. Messenger, your servant Brains remembers his duty in this paper. Richard, letters. Trio, letters. Let me read them. Richard, your patience, sir. Worthy, I doubt all is not well. What if some misfortune should now befall your mistress? I hope you have armor of patience. Aye, and of proof, too. At home, as much as my hall can hold, the story of the prodigal can hardly be seen for it. I have pikes and guns now for me and my predecessors, a whole wardrobe of swords and bucklers. When you come home, you shall see them. Richard, a conspiracy. Trio, oh, treason. Richard, my man Brains is arrested by your tutor. A plot to take away my daughter. She is gone. Worthy, I did prophesy too soon. The story of the prodigal can hardly be seen. Note, that is, the story worked on the tapestry against which the arms hung. Treadle, my tutor read travel to me and run away with my wench. A very peripatetic. What shall I do then? And someone had arrested and clapped her too. We should have known where to find her. Do you hear? I did not mean to marry with a license. Worthy, how, sir? No, sir, I did mean to marry with your daughter. My goal, Worthy, have patience. Sure, I will have no patience. I will have Violetta. Why does not Brains appear? Worthy, his heels are not at liberty. He's in prison. Shriedel, in prison. Why? And he had been hanged. He might have brought us word. Richard, I am rent with vexation. Sarah, go you with me to the prison. Saint Richard, and messenger. Worthy, what will you do, sir? Trio, I'll geld my tutor. Worthy, you were best find him first. Trio, nay, I will find him, and find him again. As I can light on him, let me alone. I'll take half a dozen with me. And about instantly, Worthy, I wish thee well. Needs but a better husband. Enter Fowler, who's yonder. 'Tis Master Fowler, an excellent opportunity. Fowler, I do walk still. By all circumstances, I am alive, not sick in any part but my head, which has only the pangs of invention, and in travail of some precious revenge for my worse than masculine affront. What if I report abroad she's dishonest? I cannot do them a worse turn than to say so. Some of our gallants take a pride to belly poor gentlewomen in that fashion, and think the discourse an honor to them, confidently boast the fruition of this or that lady, whose hand they never kiss with the glove off. And why may not I make it my revenge to blur their fames a little for abusing me? Enter two gentlemen at several doors. First gentleman, well met, friend, what thou lookest sad. Second gentleman, you will excuse me and bear apart when I tell the cause. First gentleman, what's the news? Second gentleman, our friend, Master Fowler's dead. Fowler, ha. First gentleman, Master John Fowler. Fowler, that's I, ha. Second gentleman, the same. Fowler, dead. Am I dead? First gentleman, it cannot be. I saw him but this morning, lusty and pleasant. How died he? Second gentleman, suddenly. First gentleman, where? Second gentleman, a Master Borthy's house. First gentleman, dead. Second gentleman, too true, sir. I would not believe myself sick. Belike I am dead. 'Tis more than I know yet. First gentleman, he was a suitor to Master Borthy's daughter. Second gentleman, Mistress Penelope, right? Father, by all circumstance they made me. These gentlemen know me too. How long is it since I departed? Some mistake. First gentleman, how poor a thing is life, that we cannot promise a minute's certainty in the height and strength of youth, falling to dust again. Father, gentlemen, what do ye think of the dead man? Second gentleman, 'tis the last office I can do him now, to wait on him to the earth. Fowler, Foxcombs, do ye not know me? I'm alive. Do you not see me? First gentleman, he was a noble fellow, and deserves a memory. My brain have not lost all its poetic juice. It shall go hard, but I'll squeeze out an elegy. Fowler, for whom my fury spoke, not know me. Do I walk invisible, or am I my own ghost? And you will not see me. You shall feel me. You have a nimble pate. I may chance strike out some flash of wit. Strikes him. No. Re-enter Worthy. Comes another. Save you, Master Worthy. First gentleman, sir, I heard ill news. Master Fowler's dead. Worthy, he is indeed, sir. Indeed you lie, sir. Worthy, I saw his eyes sealed up by death, and him wrapped in his last sheet. First gentleman wears his body. Worthy of my sad house, sir. Fowler, it's my body and your house. Worthy, I did hope, gentlemen, we should have found my house, his bridal chamber, not his coffin. But heaven must be obeyed. My daughter loved him, and much laments his loss. Fowler, very good. Then I am dead, am I not? Worthy, you both were in the number of his friends. I hope you'll add your presence to the rest at the funeral. Fowler, whose funeral, you man of Bedlam? Second gentleman, cry, mercy, sir. Pray, keep your way. First gentleman, it is a duty which, without invitement, we are both prompt to discharge. Fowler, master, worthy gentlemen, do you hear? Exit all but Fowler. It's impossible. Not know me, not see me. I'm so thin and airy, and have slipped out of the world, it seems, and did not know. And if I be dead, what place am I in? Where am I? This is not hell, sure. I feel no torment, and there is too little company. No, 'tis not hell, and I have not lived after the rate of going to heaven yet. Beside, I met just now a usurer that only deals upon ounces, and carries his scales at his girdle, with which he used to weigh not men's necessities, but the plate he is to lend money upon. Can this fellow come to heaven? Here a poor fellow is put in the stocks for being drunk, and the constable himself reeling him charges others in the king's name to aid him. There's a spruce captain, newly crept out of a gentleman usher, and shuffled into a buff jerkin with gold lace, that never saw service beyond Finsbury or the artillery garden, marches waving desperate feather his lady's beaver, while a poor soldier, bred up in the school of war all his life, yet never commenced any degree of commander, wants a piece of brass to discharge a wheaten bullet to his belly. No, this is not heaven. I know by the people that traffic in it. Where am I then? Now to Worthy before they bury me, and inform myself better what's become of me. If I find not myself there in a coffin, there's hope I may revive again. If I be dead, I'm in a world very like the other. I will get me a female spirit to converse with all, and kiss and be merry, and imagine myself alive again. Never saw service beyond Finsbury or the artillery garden, the usual places of exercise for the city train bands. Scene 2. A street. Enter Treadle, Wibble, and footman. Treadle, come follow me and be valiant, my masters. Wibble, remember yourself, sir. This is your worship's footman, and for mine own part, thou I be not cut according to your cloth. I am a true servant of yours. Where do you think we shall find them? Treadle, where? Whereas thou think? Footman, I think whereas worship thinks. Treadle, no matter whether we find them or no, but when we have taken them, as if they be not, it is their own fault. For we are ready. For Violetta, upon submission, I will commit marriage with her. But for the rogue, my tutor, Wibble, what will you do with him? Treadle, I'll do nothing to him. Thou shalt kill him for me. Wibble, it will shoot better than your footman, Treadle. Thou sayest right, you can run him through quickly. But it is no matter who, and the worst come to worst, it is but a hanging matter. And I'll get a pardon first or last. I would kill him myself, but that I should be taxed to kill a poor worm more than I ever did in my life. Besides, it is not with my credit to be hanged. Wibble, and please your worship, I'll make a fair motion. Take your choice, Sir Nicholas, whether we shall kill him, and you'll be hanged for him, or shall be hanged for him, and we'll kill him. Footman, under correction, I think it were better to take him prisoner. Treadle, I like my footman's reason. We will take him first prisoner, and whosoever hath a mind to be hanged may kill him afterwards. Oh, that I had him here now. I could come up in pieces on a rapier's point. Wibble, has not your worship been at fence school? Treadle, at fence school? I think I have. I'll play so many for so many. I name no weapons with any high German English fencer of them all. Canst not thou fence, Wibble? Wibble, I, sir, alas. Treadle, it is but thus, and there is a man at your mercy. I would cleave a button, and it were broad as the brim of your hat now. Oh, that I had but any friend but to kill a little. Prithee, try me, Wibble. Wibble, I am none of your friends. Treadle, why then, and lovest me, be my foe little for about or so. Wibble, I care not much to exercise your worship. Stand aside. Treadle, stay, let me see first. There is it. Cannot with my honor wound thee. I do not stand upon the odds of my weapon, which is longer than thine, but thou seest thine is shorter than mine by a handful. Too much is too much. And her tutor, sensible, marked as before. Your tutor, sir, Mistress Violetta. Treadle, how down with him, somebody. He is gone. Follow him close. Oh, run away, cowardly rascal. Will you not fight against three? Mistress, is my fortune, you see, or my destiny, to recover your lost virginity. I'm sorry for nothing, but that I have shed no blood in your rescue. But where there is no valor to be expected, it is best to put up with valor and reputation. Would the rascal, my tutor, have popped in before me? I'm glad I prevented him. Do you hear? Your father is mad. I am a little better myself, but let us be wise. Lose no time. I know a parson shall divide us into man and wife, or anybody think on it. I will make all sure enough. I will not be put into any more of these frights. I will marry you. If any man dare run away with you afterward, let it light upon mine own head, and that is worse, I am sure, they can do to me. Scene 3. Worthy's house. Penelope's bedchamber. Enter Worthy and two gentlemen. Worthy gentlemen, I thank you. You carried it to my desire most kindly. First gentleman, do you think it has taken? Second gentleman, I'm covetous to see the event. Worthy, pray, said Penelope. Enter Penelope in mourning. Second gentleman, in mourning. Worthy, all parties in the engagement. Penelope, you oblige a woman's service. Second gentleman, gentle lady, and if it prove fortunate, the design will be your honor, and the deed itself reward us in his benefit. He was ever wild. First gentleman, assured your ends are noble. We are happy in it. Enter Winifred. Winifred, Master Fowler. Worthy, is he come already? Penelope removed the hearse into his chamber. In your nobleness, I desire you will interpret fairly what I am to personate, and by the story you will find I have some cause of passion. Enter Fowler. Fowler, this is the room I sickened in, and by report died in. I have heard of spirits walking with aerial bodies, and been wondered at by others, but I must only wonder myself, for if they be not mad, I am come to my own burial. Certain these clothes are substantial. I owe my tailor for them to this hour. If the devil be not my tailor, and I furnish me with another suit very like it, this is no magical noise, essential gold and silver. What do I with it if I be dead? Here are no reckonings to be paid with it, no tavern bells, no midnight revels with the costly tribe of amorous she-sinners. Now I cannot spend it with the poor had it. By their prayers I might hope to get out of this new pitiful purgatory, or at least know which way I came into it. Here they are in mourning. What devil did they mean to do with me? Not too many tears, lady. You will but spoil your eyes, and draw upon them the misery of spectacles. Do you not know me neither? Penelope, O Master Fowler, Fowler, hie out with it. Nay, and the woman, but acknowledge me alive, there is some hope of me. Penelope, I love thee living with the holy flame, purge the errors of thy wanton youth. Fowler, I am dead again. Penelope, this may thy soul sue out so hasty divorce, and flee dairy dwellings. This hath left us thy cold pale figure, which we have commissioned but to chamber up in melancholy dust, where thine own worms, like the false servants of some great mid, shall devour thee first. Fowler, I am a worm's meat. Penelope, we must all die. Fowler, would some of you would do it quickly, that I might have company. Penelope, what were thou now to live again with us, and that by miracle thy soul should with thy body have second marriage? And I believe thou hast studied to keep it a chaste temple, holy thoughts like fumes of sacred incense hovering about this heart. Then thou wouldst it learn to be above thy frailties, and resist the flatteries of smooth-faced lust. Fowler, this is my funeral sermon. Penelope, the burden of which sin my fears persuade me, both hastened and accompanied thy death. Worthy, this sorrow is unfruitful. Penelope, I have done. May this prayer profit him. Would his soul were assured to gain heaven as his body is here. Second gentleman, we must hope the best. He was an inconstant young man, frequenting of some companies, had corrupted his nature, and a little debauched him. Fowler, in all this sermon, I have heard little commendations of our dear brother departed. A rich man does not go to the pit hole without compliment of Christian burial. It seems if I had lived to have made a will, and bequeathed so much legacy as I would purchase some preacher a neat cassock, I should have died in as good a state and assurance of my soul as the best gentleman in the parish. Had my monument in a conspicuous place in the church, where I should have been cut in the form of prayer, as if I had been called away in my devotion, and so for haste to be in heaven, went thither with my book and spectacles. Do you hear, lady? The gentleman, is it your pleasure to see me, though not know me, to inform a walking Pazine, when this is so much lamented brother of yours departed out of this world, in his life I had some relation to him. What disease died he of, pray? Who is his heir? Yet common law, for he was warm in the possession of lands. And thank his kind father, who have been consumption, 16 years, one day, above all the rest, having nothing else to do, died, that the young man might be a landlord, according to the custom of his ancestors. First gentleman, I doubt the project. Fowler, you should be his heir, or executor at least, by your dry eye, sir. I commend thee. What a miserable folly it is to weep for one that is dead, and has no sense of our lamentation. Wherefore, were blacks invented to save our eyes their tedious distillations, it is enough to be sad in our habits. They have cause to weep that have no mourning cloth. It is a sign they get little by the dead, and that is the greatest sorrow nowadays. You left him, lady, say truth. You had little cause. A wild young man, yet if he were alive again, as that is in vain to wish. You know he may perchance be more sensible and reward you with better service, so you would not proclaim his weakness. Faith, speak well of the dead hereafter, and bury all his faults with him. Will ye? What are these? All the guests. How? What papers? Some elegy or epitaph? Who subscribes? Oh, this is your poetry. How he died? Some do suppose. How he lived? The parish knows. Whether he's gone to heaven or hell, ask not me. I cannot tell. Very well. Will the gentleman, your friend, were alive to give you thanks for them? What have we more? Underneath the fair, not wise, to self-love, Narcissus lies. Yet his sad destruction came from no fountain but a flame. Then youth quench your hot desires, purge your thoughts with haste or fires. At least with him it be too late, and death triumph in your fate. Hither all your virgins come, strew your tears upon this tomb. Perhaps a timely weeping may so dispose his scorched clay, that a chaste and snowy flower may reward your gentle shower. Very well done upon so dead a subject. By the virgin that is in it, you should owe this parcel of poetry, lady. Penelope, a woman's muse, sir. Fowler. Oh, now you can answer me. Am I dead still? Penelope, yes. Fowler. Then you talk to a dead man? Penelope, I do. Ha! What papers? The note says these were the elegies or epitaphs which, in conformity to the practice of the times, were fixed to the hearse. Fowler. Where am I dead? Here, everywhere. You're dead to virtue, to all noble thoughts, until the proof of your conversion to piety win my faith. Ye are to me without all life, and charity to myself bids me endeavor with this ceremony to give you burial. If hereafter I let in your memory to my thoughts, or see you, you shall but represent his ghost or shadow, which never shall have power to fright my innocence, or make my cheek look pale. My ends are compassed, and here in sight of heaven. Fowler, stay. Thou art a noble girl, and dost deserve to marry when the emperor remove this sad thing from us. Ye do know me, gentlemen. Witness my death to vanity, quitting all, and chaste desires revive me in thy thoughts, and I will love as thou hast taught me nobly. And I, like a husband, by this kiss, the seal, that I do shake my wanton slumber off, and wake to virtue. Worthy, meet a daughter. Penelope, now you begin to live. Fowler, I will grow old in the study of my honor. The last conflict hath quite overcome me. Make me happy in the style of your son. Worthy, my blessings multiply. Gentlemen, we congratulate this event. Worthy, see my brother. Enter Rickling. Brains. Let not your rage be so high, sir. I have more cause to be mad. Richard, thou? Brains, I have lost my daughter. Brains, but I have lost my credit. They had nothing else to live. I was more proud of that than you could be of 20 daughters. Worthy, if you found them? Rookling, no, not I. And yet this old ruffian will not let me vex for it. He says the greatest loss is his, Brains, and I will maintain him. It is my boast that I never cozened in my life, and I have betrayed so many plots, discovered letters, deciphered characters, script knavery to the skin, laid open the very soul of conspiracy, deserved for my cunning to be called Brains, both town country over, and now to forfeit them, to see them drenched in a muddy stratagem, cheated by a woman, and a pedantical, lousy wordmonger. It is abominable. Patience, I bore thee. I desire him that bids me go hang myself, which is the way to surgeon's hall. I will beg to have my skull cut. I suspicion my brains are filched, and my head has been late stuffed with woodcock's feathers. If I be not mad, Brains, I will, in spite of any man here who shall hinder me, if I have mind to it. Richly your happiness removes my affliction. Enter Wibble and Tutor. Wibble, where is Sir Nicholas? We have brought the gentleman. Brains, are you there? This was the champion that justled me. Shall I fetch a dog whip, or let me cut him up? He will make excellent meat for the devil's trencher. I will carve him, sirrah. Originally forbear. Where is my daughter? Villain, confess. Tutor, alas, sir, I was waiting upon her home. Sir Nicholas met me and took her from me. Richly, worthy Sir Nicholas. Well, yes, Sir Nicholas hath Mistress Violetta, I am a witness. Brains, why did he justle me? There began the treachery. Ask him that. I pray you, sir, let it be forgotten. I have been kicked for it. Enter at one door Amel, Violetta, Manly, and Claire. At the other, Treadle, sensible, disguised as before. Wibble, here she is. No, there she is. Really, Sir Nicholas, worthy, I am amazed. Treadle, stay. Which is my wife? Here's my daughter, Ray's mistress. Father, fine juggling. Frank, whence comest thou? Amel, from the priest. If you have any joy from me, we are married. Treadle, are there not two Sir Nicholases? Pray, what do you call this gentlewoman? Amel, her name is Violetta. Violetta, father, your pardon. Treadle, this is fine, I faith. Well may a woman mistake her husband, when a man, that's the wiser vessel, cannot know his own wife. Rickley, married to Amel. Manly, Claire, we are witnesses. Treadle, a good jest, faith. Hark, you were ever catechized. What is your name, forsooth? Sensible, faith, sir. Guess, and well, all passion will be fruitless, but joy, Treadle, sensible. Came I from the Croton for chambermaid? Do you hear, everybody? I have married sensible. Manly and Claire, we are witnesses of that too. Treadle, no. This is my wife. Amwell, touch her not with a rude hand. Treadle, why, I know she meant to be my wife, and I only have married her, as folks go to law by attorney. She is but her deputy for the Moor state. I married her proxy. Brains, do not deceive yourself, sir. The princess dispute men to marry their wives. Women do not use to be ciphers. She is your wife-in-law. Let me counsel you, sir, to prevent laughter. Somebody hath been cozened. I name nobody. Sure, it was your fortune to marry this wench, which cannot now be undone. Seem not to be sorry for it. They do purpose to jeer you out of your skin else. Treadle, sayest thou so? Brains, be confident and laugh at them first, that they are so simple to think that you are gold. Commend your choice, and say if it was a trick of yours to deceive their expectations. Treadle, come hither. Madam, Treadle, gentlemen, you think now I have but an ill match on it, and that, as they say, I am cheated. Do not believe it. A lady is a lady, a bargain is a bargain, and a knight is no gentleman. So much for that. I grant married her in her mistress's name, and those great men they used to choose wives for their favorites or servants when they have done with them. I could put her off to my footman, my tutor. I will not. I will maintain her my wife. Publish her. Do you see publish her to any man that shall laugh at it? My own lady bird. Fowler, you are happy, sir, in being deceived. He is a noble gentleman. Worthy Sir Nicholas has released her. Let your consent be free, then. Rickley, you have won it. Be my loved children, and I wish a joy flow in all bosoms. Brains, we are reconciled. Treadle, tutor, we parted. Violetta, you may, sir, in my engine. Now, what says my factious servant? Nay, we are friends. The greatest politician may be deceived sometimes. Wit without brains, you see, brains, and brains without wit too. Fowler, Frank, thou art married, and Sir Nicholas has made a lady. I have lived loose a great while, and do purpose to be made fast to this gentlewoman, to whose act I owe my true conversion. When all things have their trial, you shall find nothing is constant but a virtuous mind. This comedy was revived soon after the return of the king, and being perfectly well performed, as Downe says, proved very beneficial to the company.